My family called me worthless my entire life, so I made sure they'd lose everything they valued. The systematic destruction of my family started when I was 9, the day my dad told me I was the reason he never became a professional athlete. If your mother hadn't gotten pregnant with you, I could have gone pro, he said, staring at the TV during a football game. Now I'm stuck managing a gym instead of playing in stadiums. Mom nodded along while my older brother Kyle smirked from the kitchen. They'd been saying versions of this my whole life. I was the accident that ruined everything. When I brought home straight A's, Dad said, "Big deal. Anyone can memorize a textbook." When I made the soccer team, Mom said, "Don't expect us to waste gas driving to your games." When I won the regional science fair, Kyle told his friends, "My loser brother has nothing better to do than play with test tubes." They spent 15 years telling me I was worthless, so I decided to prove them wrong by becoming worth exactly enough to destroy everything they loved. By high school, I'd figured out their priorities. Dad valued his reputation as the successful gym owner. Mom valued her social status in the neighborhood association where she was president. Kyle valued his popularity and his college fund. They had nothing saved for me because you'll probably just waste it on some useless degree. I started with Dad's gym. He cut corners everywhere. Expired supplements sold as fresh. Equipment maintenance ignored. Trainer certifications never verified. I documented everything for 6 months while working the front desk for free because family helps family. I sent it all anonymously to the state health department. The investigation started 3 weeks later. Dad's gym failed inspection so badly, they shut him down for 60 days and fined him $25,000. When he reopened, half his clients had gone elsewhere. "Someone reported us," Dad kept saying. "Someone who knew the business from the inside." He looked at his employees with suspicion, but never at me. I was worthless, remember? Mom's social status was next. She'd been neighborhood association president for 6 years, wielding it over everyone. She'd gotten our neighbors fined for minor violations and blocked their renovation permits. But she'd also been embezzling association funds for years, small amounts to pay for her shopping habits. I'd seen the spreadsheets on her computer. I made copies and sent them to every homeowner in the neighborhood with a detailed breakdown of where their dues actually went. The association voted her out unanimously. 3 families threatened to sue. She had to pay back $12,000 and was shunned by every neighbor. "Someone hacked my computer," she sobbed at dinner. "Someone who had access to our house." She looked at Dad and Kyle, never at me. I was too worthless to understand accounting. Kyle was the hardest because he'd been the cruelest. Every girlfriend I ever liked, he'd flirt with until they forgot I existed. Every friend I made, he'd convince them I was weird. Every accomplishment I achieved, he'd diminish until it felt like nothing. He was going to Stanford in the fall on my parents' savings and his football scholarship. He never shut up about it, so I made sure Stanford found out his star quarterback status was built on performance-enhancing drugs. I'd found his stash in the garage and photographed everything. I sent Stanford the evidence, his supplier's contact information from his phone, and a timeline of his usage that coincided with his sudden improvement junior year. Stanford revoked his acceptance and athletic scholarship. The scandal spread to his high school, which banned him from playing senior season. Kyle spent 3 days destroying his room before screaming at dinner, "Someone ruined my life." He went through everyone who might have had access to the garage, never considering me. The final piece fell into place when Dad's gym went bankrupt. He had to sell it for a fraction of what it was worth. Mom's legal fees from the embezzlement case drained their savings. Kyle's college fund had to be used to pay their debts. He ended up at community college, furious and bitter. Dad got a job as a personal trainer at someone else's gym, no longer the owner. Mom stopped leaving the house because she couldn't face the neighbors. Meanwhile, I'd gotten a full scholarship to MIT based on my actual achievements.